this is unbelievable that they are literally lying to the American people. They think we don't know.
Yeah, so Kamala Harris, her accomplishments in life include just getting elected to office. And then when she gets elected to office, she's a disaster. We saw this when she was the San Francisco DA, where she says she was tough on crime. She was the OG for a politicized and weaponized law enforcement. And then when she was in the Senate, she accomplished nothing other than being a buffoon during the Kavanaugh confirmation and helping President Trump confirm Justice Kavanaugh. And then as vice president, she is the border czar, and she wants to defund the police. She wants to dismantle ICE, and we see the result. We see over 10 million illegal immigrants flooding into America, unvetted and unvettable, fighting-age men, and you see the resulting migrant crime and chaos. This is what Kamala Harris would do as the president of the United States, and more troubling, she would replace justices on the Supreme Court. And do you want President Trump or President Kamala replacing Justice Alito and Justice Thomas on the Supreme Court?
Yeah, no, I wish Justice Thomas would live forever, actually, but that's, can't have it all. All right, so, you know, if we didn't show you enough of Kamala, the radical, here she is, the prosecutor, not defending the law. Look at this.
Wrong to somehow suggest that an undocumented immigrant is a criminal. Being an undocumented immigrant is not a crime.
I know what a crime looks like. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
Well, Mike, you know, it's interesting. They've done this, okay? So they've taken somebody who's an illegal immigrant. They've called them an undocumented migrant. Now, technically, an undocumented migrant wouldn't be a crime, but that's not what they are. They're illegal immigrants that broke the law to get here. And she's saying, no, that's not a crime. Well, if you get to pick and choose crime, I guess I'm just going to go 95 on the highway from now on.
Yeah, that's the starkest difference between a Trump administration and a Kamala administration. If you think that the border invasion is bad now, wait till President Kamala Harris is in office. I mean, she will let in 20 million illegal immigrants into our country. We will not recognize our country when it's done. This is the same Biden and Kamala administration that has politicized and weaponized our justice system to go after Trump, his top aides, his lawyers, his January 6 supporters, parents, Christians, while they give amnesty to BLM and Antifa and Hamas and illegal immigrants with their migrant crime. This is not the America we want.
Right. But, Mike, there's something that's not being talked about enough here. It's like, so Kamala Harris, of her 74 staff members, or her 76 staff members she started with, only 4 remained in 3 years. I mean, 3 years she had a 4% retention rate. This is also indicative of when she was in the DA's office, when she was a senator. She had a horrific staff turnover rate. There were HR complaints. People were crying. People couldn't get jump ship fast enough on her. This is something that I think needs to come out a little bit more, because even Democrats that used to work for her are like, the heck with this lady.
I had the pleasure of working with Senator Kamala Harris when I was the chief counsel for nominations on the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I'll tell you, she has the personality of a porcupine. And I want to know, for those 4 staffers who remain, are they hostages? Have we had any signs of life from those 4 staffers?
No, they're unemployable anywhere else, Mike. That's why they stay.
Yeah, Brian Fallon, I saw he's back on the Kamala train. He wants to defund the police. These are the radicals we'd have under a president, Kamala Harris. They would pack the Supreme Court, and there goes our God-given rights to speak, worship, associate, and protect ourselves. Remember that before November 5th, 2024.
Yeah, real quick, Mike, I got about 30 seconds left. When you have this level of turnover rate, though, you have staffers right now that are working in the Biden re-election campaign. Kamala strolls in. Apparently, most of those people didn't even know she was coming, and they're real nervous right now. Can she hold together a campaign?
Well, remember, what was it, a week ago? People were saying that Kamala Harris is terrible and she can't win, and now she's the second coming of Christ. I mean, but I would say this to the American people: don't underestimate Kamala Harris. She is vicious, and she will step on throats to get ahead.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Mike Davis, always a pleasure. Have a great weekend, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the left is trying to muddy the waters and tell you who Kamala Harris isn't, so, you know, we should